We reserve a few minutes Sunday morning to suggest news or trends that seem to be predicted by a literal futurist reading of the Bible. We're always careful to use recognized, reliable sources for news. We don't go to conspiracytheory.com or anything like that. It doesn't mean the news stories are 100% accurate, but we don't want to add to the sensationalism of end times prophecy. We're not making any of our own predictions. We're just reading the Bible and thinking out loud what should be happening in the world if the Bible is true. We're not saying the things we report are the fulfillment of prophecy, only that they are the things you'd expect. The future 7-year Great Tribulation is described in chapters 6 through 19 of the Revelation. It is dominated by the world leader we commonly call the Antichrist. In the book, he is most often called the Beast. The Apostle John describes certain characteristics of life in the reign of the Beast. There will be a global economy accessed by a personal identifier on or in each person. Without this, people will not be able to buy or sell or transact any daily business. You won't be able to travel or do anything. And the government of the Antichrist will exercise virtually total control over its citizens. What the Bible predicted over 2,000 years ago sounds ominously similar to something I just read about. The article was titled, "China Bank Protest Stopped by Health Codes Turning Red." Here's some excerpts from this article. A protest planned by hundreds of bank depositors in central China seeking access to their frozen funds has been thwarted because the authorities have turned their health code apps red. The depositors were planning to travel to the central province of Henan this week from across China to protest against an almost 2-month block on accessing at least $178 million worth of deposits, which has left companies unable to pay workers and individuals unable to access savings. Rights groups have warned China could use its vast COVID surveillance infrastructure to stifle dissent. Without a green code on their smartphone app, citizens lose access to public transport and spaces such as restaurants and malls, as well as the right to travel. They are putting digital handcuffs on us, said a depositor from Sichuan province, surnamed Chen, who declined to use his full name for fear of retribution. Another man who declined to give his name said, "I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. You're treated as though you're a criminal. It infringes on my human rights." I feel like I'm making this up to fit the Bible prophecies that we've been talking about for 25, 30 years. This could be a headline from the Great Tribulation. All of a sudden they decide, well, we don't want you to protest, so you now have gone from green to red in your health condition. Do I have COVID? No. But you're a problem for us, and so you can't go anywhere, buy any food, do anything. It's incredible that this is happening right now. In the year 2000, Harvard Law School professor Lawrence Lessig predicted that the internet would become an apparatus that tracks our every move, erasing important aspects of privacy and free speech in our social and political lives. Left to itself, he said, cyberspace will become a perfect tool of control. The article in which Lessig was quoted went on to say, the technology we thought we were using to make life more efficient started using us. It's now attempting to reshape our social behavior into patterns reminiscent of the total surveillance culture of East Germany under the Stasi. Now, he was about 22 years ahead of his time, but in a non-biblical but technical point of view, predicting the same thing that we've been talking about. It sounds like exactly what John saw and recorded 2,000 years ago. Now, we believe, of course, that the resurrection and the rapture of the church is imminent. Jesus promised to come back and raise the dead in Christ and rapture living believers, give us our new bodies that are fit for heaven, and take us all home. After that sometime will be the 7-year Great Tribulation, where much of this will be featured. But we see the precursor of it now in our own day and age, and we're not going to suffer Antichrist-level persecution, but the government can certainly step in anytime they want and do things, like raise the price of gas to $6, right? And so it's a difficult time. So, but God's got it under control. He's in charge, and he's going to be returning. The question is, are you ready for the rapture? Because it's not next on the prophetic timeline. It is any moment. Next on the prophetic timeline is the Great Tribulation, but Jesus could come at any moment before that. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.